Thanks for staying with us. Let's bring you some international news now. The day that the people of Myanmar were looking forward to came today. Myanmar's military government has freed its arch-rival democracy leader Aung San Suu Kyi after her latest term of detention expired. Thousands of jubilant supporters streamed to her residence today. One of the world's most prominent political prisoners, Suu Kyi appeared at the gate of her compound as the crowd chanted, cheered and sang the national anthem. The 65-year-old Nobel Peace Prize laureate, whose latest period of detention spanned 7.5 years, has come to symbolize the struggle for democracy in the Southeast Asian nation ruled by the military since 1962. The release has come a week after an election that was swept by the military's proxy political party and decried by Western nations as a sham designed to perpetuate authoritarian control. Suu Kyi has been jailed under house arrest for more than 15 of the last 21 years. Back to news from the city. The Chennai Corporation is on mission reach out from those seeking pension, birth certificates, jobs, financial assistance for surgeries, house pattas to even the neighborhood menace of stray dogs. Plenty of petitions made their way to the 12th edition of Makkalai Thedi program. Around 814 petitions were received from the public today and 411 of them were sorted out immediately. For the first time, a notary public was present at the Reach Out program to help the public on issues relating to property tax assessments. Now, after the many complaints that came a-calling from women who were faced with difficult times on public bus trips, came the shift of seating arrangement that was tried in a pilot case. But 2 weeks down, our reporter Lokpriya found out that a smile was not exactly what she saw on the faces of many a female commuter.
Morning rush hour at Villivakkam. Route number 27D begins its trip on one of the busiest routes in the city. The bus is barely 2 stops into the journey. Overcrowding nearly traps the female passengers who are now seated on the right side of the bus, away from the exit doors.
மிடில் ஏறவங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்குது. இறங்கும் போதும் கஷ்டமா இருக்குது. இத்தனை பேரை இடிச்சு தள்ளிட்டு போணும்ங்கிறதெல்லாம் it's not possible.
This is not the first time the MTC has tried such changes to check the harassment of women passengers. About a decade ago, the Transport Corporation tried partitioning of buses on select routes, with the front seats reserved for women and the rear for men. Subsequently, it even tried partitioning of buses lengthwise by installing iron rods between the 2 seats. Both the arrangements did not work out. The new seating arrangement for ladies was introduced 2 weeks ago on 52 buses operating on 2 crowded routes, Villivakkam to Foreshore Estate, Besanagar to Ainavaram.
இந்த மாதிரி மாத்தி வெச்சனால ஒண்ணும் பெரிய எஃபெக்ட் ஒண்ணும் வராதுங்க. அதாவது இந்த பீக் ஹவர்ஸ்ல நிறைய பஸ் விடணும். நிறைய பஸ் விட்டா தான் ப்ராப்ளம் சால்வ் ஆகும்.
The Metropolitan Transport Corporation claims response from female passengers to the new arrangement has been mixed and not entirely negative. They say it's now up to the government to decide. With the lady commuters expressing their dissatisfaction over the experimental seating arrangement, it seems to be a tricky road ahead for the MTC. While the MTC has identified specific routes that are prone to sexual harassment, how far will these arrangements actually help in tackling the menace is the big question. In Chennai, Lokpriya, NDTV Hindu.
Well, we'll only perhaps have to wait and see if the government takes in those worries in concern or perhaps make that permanent. On to some sports news now. Day 2 of the Hyderabad cricket test between the Indians and the Kiwis ended with the bowlers and the openers pushing our men a step ahead. Virender Sehwag narrowly missed out on a century but laid the foundation of a strong Indian reply after the host bowlers bundled out New Zealand for 350. Then at stumps, the hosts were comfortably placed at 178 for the loss of 2 wickets, with Sachin Tendulkar and Rahul Dravid batting on 11 and 7 respectively. But earlier on, Sehwag smashed a typically aggressive 96 that came off 120 deliveries, while Gautam Gambhir brought to an end his poor run of scores with a much-needed 50. But after that brilliant display, both openers got out in quick succession.
80 without loss.
Moving to all the sporting action in China from the spectacular 16th Asian Games that's currently underway. India opened its Asian Games medal account expectedly through shooting, with the trio of Olympic champion Abhinav Bindra, Gagan Narang and Sanjeev Rajput clinching the silver in the 10 meters air rifle team event. The three brought out a combined score of 1,783, a point adrift of gold medal winning Chinese team. India also bagged its first gold medal today by weightlifter Srinivasa Rao Balluri, who won the yellow medal in the men's 56 kilogram category. His compatriot Sukhen De won the silver medal in the same event. Still ahead on the late night news, will the finale of the Potter Mania mean the end to the movie enthusiasts as well? Find out in just a minute.